Alright guys, welcome to Caldwell Fitness, and today I'm going to be talking about where I've been and why I took my hiatus. So, in 2020, I was expecting my daughter. In 2020, she's 5 years old now. Now in 2020, I was still uploading, I was still doing my thing on YouTube, growing my channel, connecting with people, just putting out good content, right? Putting out good content, or the best content I could at the time. I was really putting my best foot forward in 2020, like really trying to grow my channel, and it worked. You know, my hard work did pay off. I think in that year I gained like 300 subscribers, but mainly I put out a lot of videos that I wanted to put out, helpful videos. And in the midst of that, you know, while my daughter's mother was pregnant, I was studying for personal training. So I was studying for that because I always wanted to be a certified personal trainer. And in the midst of me studying for my personal training certification, it was through ACE, American Council of Exercise. I was going to school to El Camino College. I was trying to get their fitness trainer certification, which I did acquire. I took 3 kinesiology classes, 1 CPR AED class, and I took 1 nutrition class, and that granted me their fitness trainer certification. So 2020, I was doing my YouTube things, you know, expecting my daughter. I was excited, and then I was studying too, but I kept it quiet. I was studying because I really wanted to be a personal trainer. That was always one of my goals, man, to be a personal trainer. So 2021, I take the test, I pass it, I get my fitness trainer certification from El Camino. And then my YouTube started slowing down because now I'm focusing on being a father. And I'm like, all right, I got this personal training certification, and let me go try to find some clients. Let me go start promoting myself. So I started putting all my energy into that. And I did get clients. I did help people. I had probably about 8 clients I didn't help. I had 4-week programs, 8-week programs, and I was doing one-on-one sessions, right? And I was doing mobile personal training. I went, bought some stuff, some weights and all that, and resistance bands, agility ladders, everything I knew. Like every piece of fitness, or every type of fitness I knew, I bought equipment for, and I incorporated with my clients. You know, of course, according to their goals. So then I was doing that, right? Personal training, you know, helping clients get closer to their goals. And then I got offered a job at a gym because I was still working at the airport doing the private planes. So I took the gym job excitedly. The guy was really eager to hire me. Something told me, man, like, ask certain questions, which I did, but it was certain questions that I forgot to ask, because once he started saying free gym membership and this and that, I just got excited. So I took the job. Took the job, did the training. He had a whole list of people for me to call those people. None of them showed back up. I think maybe one did, but it was another guy there who was a trainer, and nobody wanted to work with him. And me working with him, I understood why. He wasn't a bad guy, but he was all nonchalant, and he acted like, you know, he really didn't want to be there for whatever reason. But a lot of his clients wanted to come to me, but I didn't want to step on his toes, so I was all like, you gotta talk to the manager for that. But so I think I stayed at the job for like a month, but like my 3rd week, no, it was my 2nd week, right? I started noticing clients stop, everything was through the app, right? Excuse me, everything was through an app. So the clients had access to an app. They can cancel their sessions, and the personal trainer wouldn't know. I had to go to the gym and figure out on the computer. So that started happening a lot. And then the manager, we was talking. He like, oh man, don't worry about it. More people gonna come. He been calling people on the list. I'm like, yeah, nobody reaching back out. So then I wind up talking to the other trainer, when that's nonchalant. I asked him, like, hey man, like, when you started off here, like, what did you make? He said, well, you know, since I got a kinesiology degree, like, I'm making like 12 something. Like 12 something. Mind you, I'm still working at my job at the airport at night. I ain't making no $10, man. I tell you that. So I'm like, so what does somebody like me go start out with? I'm thinking like $10. At the lowest $9. He said, look, honestly, Like, you had to ask the manager. He said, but he said maybe like $750. I said, man, you lying, stop playing. He said, seriously. So the manager's finna go on vacation, and I asked him. And when I asked him, he kind of gave me this look like, yeah, like $750. Like, that's what they started the personal trainers off with. So I'm looking like $750. Alright, nah, I ain't doing that. So I'm all like, man, let me just do it for the experience. Let me see. I said, if one more person cancel, if I come up here wasting my time and one more person cancel, I'm quitting. So he went on vacation. Somebody canceled. I did get angry. I didn't go off on them, but I'm all like, man, screw this. So I texted him because he was on vacation. I didn't want to call him or nothing. Ruin his vacation with his family. I said, look, I can't do this no more. I really meant to tell you before you left, but I was trying to give it another shot. But I can't do this for $750. He's like, oh man, all right, I understand, cool. I just don't thank you for the opportunity. He said, thank you for taking it. So then I move on. But that kind of messed up my momentum I had with my clients because I was trying to get that experience. So that happened in 2021. Then things started getting kind of rocky in my relationship. So deal with that going to 2022. In 2022, I'm trying to apply at gyms, but while working at my other job, and basically I applied to Crunch Fitness. They said, look, your experience you had at that other gym is going to be the same thing here, so you're going to be wasting your time. I said, cool, I ain't going to work for no gym then, because I felt at the gym I was working at, they just wanted to sell people personal training, and they really didn't want to help nobody. That wasn't my goal anyway, so I was cool with that. I said, man, I'll do my mobile thing, and I can really help people and really get into detail with them and really, like target their goals and we can hit them. So then, like I said, 2022, things start getting rocking in a relationship, man. Go through a breakup, co-parenting, and then that kind of hit me, kind of put me into like I just didn't care, it kind of put me in a little depression. So the breakup happened in the summer, but I would say like in the fall, I was still working out through the summer, but maybe September, October, I just stopped working out. I was just doing overtime at my job. I just wasn't making time for it no more. I wasn't getting up to doing it. I wasn't making a priority. And then I started hanging out with some of my coworkers after work. We would go to the food trucks and eat and drink beer, smoke cigars. Then went to San Diego, did the same thing. And, I'm all like, man, I just let loose, man. I just let loose. I let loose. So then that happened at the end of 2022, 2023. I forgot to mention. In 2021, let me go back to 2021. 2021, after the whole personal training job or whatever, I went through a very, very stressful situation. A very stressful situation. I don't even want to share because I don't want to relive it, but it ain't nothing like it's something bad, but it's just something I don't want to share. I went through a very stressful situation. And then I wound up getting another job at another part of the airport. I forgot to mention that. In this job, I had a month break. I started working that job. And then that's when stuff started. In 2021, that's when stuff started kind of getting rocky in a relationship. So let's jump back into 2022. 2022, at the end of 2022, going into 2023. My personal training certification was finna expire. I was doing the continuing education, but I felt like some of the things that they were talking about for the continued education, it didn't pertain to personal training. Just, weight loss, getting people healthy, and, helping people reach their goals. So, they was talking about psychological stuff, religion, and just stuff that didn't have to do with personal training. I'm all like, you charging people money for continued education, and they gotta have this amount of continued education, and it costs this much, and it's just but it ain't got nothing to do with helping people lose weight. It has a little bit to do, but you start talking about stuff that's outside a personal trainer's scope of practice. And this was with the American Council of Exercise. So that turned me off, but I had my fitness certification I got through Elko, so I wasn't even tripping. And that one took longer, and I learned more. So I kind of held on to that one a little bit more near and dear. And so I just let it expire. Plus, I wasn't getting no clients anyway, and I just wasn't in the right mind space, man. But then I got promoted at my job. You know, after being there for like almost 2 years, they promoted me to assistant supervisor, which I still am to this day. And, you know, in the midst of that, I was still depressed and going through the breakup. And then I had loss of my family, like my last uncle, you know, which is my grandmother's younger brother. He had passed away. And, you know, that hit the whole family. And so, in the midst of going through that, getting promoted, dealing with these different people, you know, I was still depressed, man. But I had to start praying. I had to start asking God, like, you know, can you help me get out of this? Like, I don't want to feel like this no more. Like, I want to get back to what I used to be, or even better, like be a good father, get back to taking care of myself, honoring my temple, just doing the stuff I used to do, you know. So I started praying. I started just changing some of the things I was doing. And thank God, man, like 2023 was like a turning point. It was a real turning point. And yeah. So that happened. Then when I was, you know, with my promotion, I'm dealing with these different people and their attitudes and stuff. But I'm glad that every job I've been at, I paid attention to how the lead, supervisor, and managers treated people different. Different leads, supervisors, and managers throughout each job. And I seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it taught me how to treat people. And, you know, I always believed in me knowing how to do the job in order to help people do the job better. And, you know, like, you got to know what you're doing before you tell someone else what to do. That type of mindset. So 2023, I'm getting better, getting back working out, getting back in the gym. And then, you know, I'm feeling good again. You know, by the grace of God, I'm feeling good again. Praying, man. I'm like, man, like, thank you, Lord, for helping me get better. Then 2024 happened. And 2024, same thing, you know. Still doing better, still doing good. And had another loss in my family. But we also had another loss at the job. So we had a loss at the job was our manager had passed away. And our manager was a cool dude, man. Like, he was a cool dude. We'll talk about boxing for hours. He'd come over there when we would see him, we'd just talk for hours. But, you know, we started seeing his health decline. And when he passed away, like, it just hit me because it's just like it happened out of nowhere. It's like, man. So, shortly after that, my uncle, that had passed away, which is my grandma's younger brother, his son had passed away in 2024. And that one hit me too because I remember, you know, when he was going through a situation with his daughter, she wound up passing on. He would be giving me updates, we would be talking, I'd see him at the gym, and, you know, I'll see the enthusiasm in his face about, you know, him wanting to see his daughter get better. So when he passed away, that one hit me too. So, you know, after that, I said, man, you know, I just got to keep doing my thing, keep being a father, keep pushing forward, you know, focusing on my health. So now, 2024 going into 2025, like I said, still doing the same thing. No. Let me go back. 2024, I started making beanies and shirts because I wanted to get a new hobby. So I started doing vinyl shirts and I started doing beanies, right? So I'm all like, man, like I just want to teach myself something new. So bought me a heat press, bought me a vinyl machine, started making shirts. And I didn't make this shirt. My sister got this shirt for me, but started making like shirts and beanies and stuff, selling them, and it was doing good. And then I kind of slowed down on that. Just my daughter was starting school, so, you know, I kind of let it get away from me. I'm not gonna lie, it just got away from me. But I started doing that again. And then 2025, I told myself, like, I got goals this year. I want to get back on YouTube, start doing my shirts again, you know, get myself back healthy. Because I still got it in my heart, you know, to be a personal trainer. I still want to train people. So yeah, like I still got it in my heart. So I told myself, man, let me just start taking things one step at a time. So first thing was YouTube, because I missed it. I did miss it this whole time. Even though I was going through what I was going through, I did miss it. Excuse me. And I made it a point to get back. And this time I want to do stuff differently. Like I want to build a more organic audience. I want to put more helpful videos out. I want to put more useful videos out. That's my goal, to put good content out. Not just push out, push out, push out, push out. I want to put good, useful content out. Take my time with it and make it effective. So yeah, that's where I've been at, man. I just going through ups and downs, being a father, just living life, man. You know, we all go through it. But feeling better now by the grace of God. Thank you, Lord, for helping me feel better, for being there with me, holding my hand through the whole way, still holding my hand. You know, I had to pray my way out of that, but I'm back now. Be making more content, more videos. Got a new camera and everything. And you guys just stay tuned in for what I have in store. I'm not saying I'm gonna do this, and that. I'm just gonna do it. Whatever I got in my head, I'm gonna do it and produce it, and hopefully you guys like it. But this is Caldwell Fitness, and for more videos, more content, please consider sharing the video, subscribing, and you have a good one. God bless. GoPro, stop recording.